going on to all my Leos out there? I'm just enjoying the little bit of time that we have together. So comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video. Like I said, please leave a like. It really does help. Please leave a comment. It really does help. Really appreciate all the subscribers and all the views that I've gotten within the past couple of days. It really has helped me quite a bit. As you can see, the door behind me actually works. Hold on, let me show you. See? Works. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. What I'm talking about? You know what it is, know what I'm saying? Actually went ahead and got it fixed. Got it fixed today. Literally, I got it fixed like an hour or two ago. An hour and a half ago. But yeah, you know, like I said, you're seeing it, right? A lot of times you're gonna have people, you know, you have the trolls and whatnot, you know, clown trolls. Oh, you're poor. You're poor. Oh, you're a bum. Oh, such and such and such and such. You're talking about you, that's that, yo, you know. Always with some goofiness. Oh, you know, oh, anyway, enough about them. So how's the Leos doing? If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as prices are in the description box below. This cat got all this fur on me. Anyway, so the cards that I come up with are the Wheel of Fortune. This is for Leos. The Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords, the Lovers, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess, Four of Cups, Two of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Yes, I am using the Dragon Tarot. This is one of my favorite decks all time. I love the art, the glossiness on it, the blue back. Blue is my favorite color, especially royal blue being my favorite of all blues. The Hierophant, Ace of Cups, the Temperance, wow, and the Ten of Pentacles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 15 cards. So what I'm seeing here for the Leos is some of you Leos who happen to be in a situation, it had to happen like this because you again, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Some things are inevitable. Some things, if we're talking about time, quote unquote, are fixed, right? Turn on flash on the CW, right? As they call it now, you'll be able to find out what it is that I'm talking about. Certain things has to happen for your empowerment, right? For your life, right? And one of those things for you Leos in particular is your love life. So some of you Leos who this applies to, who happen to be in a relationship, you have the King of Swords and the Lovers. This person actually likes you quite a bit, but this person is very strategic about how they love you. They may even be an air sign. Whether or not they are an air sign is irrelevant. Either way, they're very strategic about how it is that they choose to like you, love you, be in a relationship with you. Now, the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles represents how it is that they're actually taking they think they're taking a big risk with you because they found so many other people to be disingenuous before they actually started getting to know you, right? Or before they knew you. So the Knight of Pentacles is, but at the same time, they still do choose to be as fair as much as they possibly can, and actually go into this relationship with you or be with you in a very positive, constructive manner, right? So the Knight of Swords now represents they also are very passionate about you as well, okay? But the Three of Pentacles and the High Priestess represents how what they may not necessarily understand about you Leos is you are also very passionate about them too, even though a lot of you Leos keep up that cool, calm demeanor. It's BS, right? Right? We ain't even got to play with this. It's BS. Because it's obvious that this person is interested in you. And for the Leos who are interested in that person whom this applies to, if it doesn't apply to you, I may end up doing another reading that may apply to you. I can't tune in to every single zodiac, every person that is that zodiac sign on earth and speak for everybody. So I'm just tapping into the ones who I'm tapping into, right? So the two of y'all obviously like each other. The High Priestess represents a secret admiration that they may have for you. Of course they do. As well as you have for them. So now you have the Four of Cups, which is the building of this relationship. The admiration that obviously the two of you have for each other, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, even numbers. Talks about an even or mutual playing field in this particular situation. So as much love as they have for you, you have for them. They're interested in you just as much as you're interested in them. The Two of Swords, you are a little bit guided though, and the Two of Swords are up underneath the Knight of Pentacles, as I talked about. So your disposition is just as their disposition, where you're thinking about if this person is going to screw you over later on in the future, and this person and you're thinking that, and they're thinking the same thing about you too. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles represents how, and the Hierophant represents how this person is not necessarily thinking about screwing you over. The Seven of Pentacles represents how you want to be able to give to this person more. But it seems to me as if, and this is a deep insecurity, or not insecure, but a worry that Leos have, you may end up giving more than what it is that you're receiving, right? But at the same time, you mean it in good faith. You like this person, and you want this person to like you too. So the Ace of Cups is, you're also planning some form of gesture with it, possibly even write them a note. You know, when you're dealing with the fire signs, you have to understand big, grand gestures. That's the fire sign stuff. Big, grand, flamboyant gestures, right? Flamboyant being French for, or Latin, I should say, for flame. So big, grand gestures. And the things that the Temperance represents Sagittarius, but it represents the Temperance, and the Ten of Pentacles represents how you're gonna. Yes, the two of y'all are mixing well together. But what it's saying is that you Leos need to take your time a little bit. It's all good to show your grand gestures, but the Temperance represents this is a process. It represents this being a process. It represents patience, right? Along with the Cancer cards, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot, right? Cancer, like I said, Cancer crabs are notorious for patience. Them and Capricorns, notorious for patience. So the Temperance also doesn't represent Cancer, but you have to understand that Cancer is exalted in Jupiter, and Cancer is exalted in Jupiter. So there's a certain connection with the Pisces, Sagittarius, Cancerian energy. So let's clarify the Ten of Pentacles. So yes, this is a process that you Leos are going to have to take, right? Let them fall in love, not fall, but let them like you as you like them, and take the time to get to know each other. The Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, which you already got. The Hierophant, again, as long as you don't have any kind of ulterior motives, you two should be all right. The Five of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles is about the worries and stuff like this that you may have. because as you could see, this is the way that it is. So having worries to having to learn how to not be so worried due to patience and experience and wisdom. So many people are afraid, right? The Seven of Pentacles, really liking somebody but trying to remain cool. Most of the things that people think are terrible usually aren't that terrible, right? Not if you have a lot of experience, right? Let's clarify the Temperance itself. My baby. Oh, this cat here. Oh. All right, so Six of Pentacles, King of Wands, Seven of Swords, to clarify the Temperance. If you're worried about if this person is going to give back, yes, this person is going to give back to you. They're going to try to look cool while doing it, or the tough person while doing it. You know, don't worry about it. But yes, they're just as nervous and butterflies in their stomach for some of you Leos as you are for them. Seven of Swords, it's only them trying to trick you into thinking that they're super cool and stuff like this is where it is that you may end up getting it twisted. But yes, they are most definitely interested. Obviously, I've been in those types of situations myself where I really like somebody. I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of have to like somebody in order for me to really freak with them in the first place. Otherwise, if I don't freak with them, I'm just going to let them know that. You know, I've told some of the people who I went with that I wasn't necessarily interested in them long term, and I, really wanted to kick it with them and stuff like that on that kind of a bedroom fun basis. And they they understood. Now some of them understood. A lot of them wanted to be in relationships and stuff. And I'm like, well, it's kind of difficult when none of y'all choose up. So, I mean, y'all are saying that you want to be in a relationship soon as I stepped on the scene. But, but if I was to actually try to court you, now you're giving me a hard time. So what the freak are you doing? So, stuff like that, right? Doesn't even make any sense. So, no way. So let's clarify the Ace of Cups. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, Five of Wands. So the Knight of Pentacles, when you make that grand gesture to them, right, get them some jewelry, real jewelry or something like this, or, something fly, potentially a trip or something like that. The Knight of Pentacles is about how, you thought this out for a time and you really wanted to surprise them, so you went big. The Two of Cups and the Five of Wands represents they got startled because they obviously didn't necessarily think that this was going to happen between the two of you, where you would actually spend big on them. They may not necessarily be used to people spending big on them like that, but they should. They're dealing with a Leo. As long as they understand the Leo mentality and they return it, they should be fine, right? Because that's some of the things that Leos do. Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aries. You know what I'm saying? They just like to do big, grand gestures. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Pisces ain't even like that, because Pisces, you have to move the Pisces to do stuff like that. But yeah, I've been in those types of situations myself, Leo. Like I said before, I usually have to like the person who I'm interested with. I mean, I always do like the person who I'm interested in order for me to kind of want to be in a relationship with them, or kind of feel them out on that sense, right? But yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, me personally, what I used to do Leo, is I used to essentially, um, like when I was a teenager, stuff like this, right? Because I'm not that old. I'm only 30 years old. Just turned 30 on August 27th. But when I was a teenager, stuff like that, right? Um, like I used to set out a certain amount of time to date, right? And I was thinking to myself, well, okay, like if I could just get like I'm 14, I'll give myself 6 years. You know what I mean? And like if I could find, and I'm a date, right? Try to holler at as many people as I possibly can. And if I can find at least one person, then I'll essentially just, if I can find one person who I'm really cool with, I'll just be done with the dating stuff, and my love life in that situation would be set, right? Because I have bigger goals than what certain people think. So I used to think to myself, well, okay, if I could have at least one person, my love life in that sense would be straight, where I really vibe with this person really vibes with me, and we really go well together and stuff. That's my love life set. So I could concentrate on getting this money and dealing with my family as far as getting in, being in a closer relationship, and just overall my health, and dealing with my own life and stuff like this. But it never happened because too often times you'll find yourself in situations where people will the people who I'm speaking to, they all just gave me a hard time. So I mean, you know I didn't originally want kids or anything like that when I was young, right? Um, but there was a short period of time when I became a teenager, and I started to like flirt with some of the people there, stuff like this, that I did want kids for like 2 or 3 years, right? Not necessarily then, but potentially in the future. But then those 2 or 3 years, the more I started to speak to other people, is the more that I realized they was on some BS. And then I was like, nah, I don't really want this anymore. So, that's the reason why it is that still to this day, when like I tell people like, nah, I'm not gonna have kids, and like they're trying to argue with me about it, it's kind of weird, because it's like, how are you arguing with me about something that you can't control? What I choose to do with my body, and if I choose to bring a child into this world, literally is nobody else's business except for my own and the person who I'm having a child with. So I mean, tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Peace.